In Chapter 7 of The Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield wakes up late on Sunday morning, around 10 o'clock, in his dormitory room at Pensy Prep. The chapter opens with a richly detailed and narratively significant scene. Ackley, the socially inept student living in the room next to Holden's, is clipping his heavily infected nails and allowing the remnants to fall onto the floor. Holden decides to pack up and leave the school since he has already been expelled and doesn't have the patience to wait until Wednesday, which is the official leave date. He explains that he will stay in a hotel until Wednesday to avoid arriving at home earlier than expected and upsetting his parents. He quietly packs to avoid waking his roommate, Stradlater, with whom he had a fight the previous night. Holden's possessions reveal a lot about his character. He has very few personal belongings, reflecting his emotionally transient state and reluctance to form attachments. As he wraps up his belongings, he looks at a collection of fencing equipment which he had previously lost during a trip to New York, a careful reminder of his earlier failures. Before leaving, he decides to go to the room of Ernest Morrow, an obnoxious classmate he dislikes, to say goodbye. However, instead of Morrow, he finds his mother, who is oblivious to her son's obnoxious attitude. Holden pretends to be a student called Rudolf Schmidt and elaborates a completely false character of her son to please her. He portrays Morrow as a universally adored, wonderful boy, which is far from reality. This deception points out Holden's disillusionment with the concept of adulthood, as he is forced to lie for the sake of social acceptance. Following the encounter with Mrs. Morrow, Holden heads to the train station, ready to leave Pensy and all his dissatisfaction behind. The chapter ends with a sense of uncertainty about what the future holds for the protagonist. The closing scene effectively represents Holden's disillusionment with his life and personal circumstances at Pensy and hints at his impending journey into the wider world.